Alrighty there, YouTube. This is our starting the lawn season off, but this is still kind of a cleanup job here. Got the whole crew with us. You'll see them all here in just a second. This is kind of the yard. It's a dirty mess of a yard. We're on a busy street, so that's part of the reason I didn't bring the trailer and the tractor and the crew van and the work truck. But this is kind of the yard here. It's a little yard, but I can't get the tractor into the backyard anyway. The ground's still really soft, so the tractor would just do more sinking than anything anyhow. We're going to take the blower, blow all the beds and stuff out, and take the Honda and just mulch everything up. Of course, pick up all the trash and the sticks. They'll go on the street down there. Get the trimmer out, run a quick edge. Blower will go first. This is all this right here we gotta clean up. This is one I just got through. I'm still passing out flyers, but I passed out 150 flyers over the last 2 days, and this is one of the ones that came off of that. I got another one to do tomorrow. Came off that. We'll clean all this out. So we got the crew out here working. But this gate here, no way we can get that 42-inch tractor in here. I think you'd even struggle with a 36, but we got a 21-inch. These are not our mowers. These mowers they left here. That's our leaf funnel. It's the top to it over there. We got the crew out here working. We're going to clean out all these beds, blow everything out. Yeah.
Whoa!
All this mess here.
What is that thing? It's a camera.
So we're going to clean all this air up. Most of this is just going to be, we're going to get everything out in the center. And then I've got the mulching block in the lawnmower. I do also have the bagger with me, but mostly it's just going to mulch it, I think. Try mulching it. Looks like somebody started to rake it. There's a couple of rakes out in the yard too, so but we're just going to mulch it up. And so this may be me undercharging, but I'd only charge her $30. But my hope is that that $30 just turns into a regular customer. You know, that's my goal. Is to be $30 every 2 weeks. She's talking about I don't really need it all that often. My yard doesn't grow that much. Maybe once a month or something, but just getting started. So once a month is better than never. And might be one that we have to drop after a while, but for now it helps us to get going. Alright, I'm going to get going. I'll show you some progression as we go. I'm going to start with the blower. I got them back there raking and stuff. That way they can be with me. I like to have my family with me. It makes me feel good. But I don't want the kids out here next to this busy street. So they're out there in the back. I'm going to start with the blower, then the trimmer, and then the mower. Alright, front yard's done. We're almost done with the back. I'll go show you that here in a little bit. Thinking about what just this job is worth, I'd say I severely underbid it. But seeing as how the goal isn't just to get the one-time service, it's hopefully to make a good customer. And see, this street's really busy, so it's hard to get out here and clean the gutter real good. And I had it all cleaned out, and it all blows back around. It's kind of the wind's picking up. It's supposed to storm this afternoon. But thinking about that, my goal is not just the one-time service, price myself out of the market, because this is a poor neighborhood here. So my thought is, the big boys stay away from here. So some folks may say, well, that's being a bottom feeder, but I had a thought on that, and that's kind of what I want to talk about here, is the bottom feeder. When they say bottom feeders, you know what they're talking about is fish, namely fish like catfish. You know, some catfish, I just saw the world record catfish was over 6 foot long. They just had a new world record break. But some of those catfish, it's not uncommon to find catfish breaking well over 100 pounds, to be bigger than a grown man, to not hardly fit in the bed of this pickup truck. Bottom feeders. They sit down there fat and happy, live well over 100 years old. Bottom feeders. They're sitting down there where all the would-be predators don't want to go and aren't going to eat them, so they're left alone. That's my thought about these neighborhoods like these here. You get in here and this first cut's going to cost me. I paid her as much as she paid me to do this yard. And it's not perfect, it's by far better than it was, but as we continue to service it more and more and more, it'll get better and better and better. But the thing is, I'll live down here on the bottom because all the big boys don't want to come in here with their big fancy equipment and their big crews. They can't come down in here because they're going to want $100, you know, $75 to $100 to do the same yard that I did for 30. And so they'll be mad at me. But why are they mad at me? They don't want to come down here for what they want to charge. This lady's going to hire a kid out of school to come down here for $25, $30 and rake her yard. So why don't I go ahead and do it? All my equipment's paid for. I'm not driving a fancy truck. Look at this old truck. This is my work truck. 1994 Ford F-150. 170,000 miles on it. She ain't pretty. She got some dents and some dings. She's experienced some love over the years, but she starts up and goes just fine. And me being an automotive technician by trade up until last November, this truck is well within my abilities to fix. Parts are cheap, so I'll just keep on using her. I don't have the big fancy rigs. You saw in the last video, I bought my new tractor this year, $1,400 for a brand new 42-inch Cub Cadet. Paid for. Don't owe anybody. Repo man can't come after that one. My Honda, I bought that Honda brand new in 2007. I'm sorry, 2009. I bought that Honda in 2009, and she's still cutting. Paid for. Something happened to her, I'll go to Home Depot, drop $400 and buy another one just like it. Have it paid for. I live well within my means. My house isn't all that expensive because I live in this neighborhood right here. And look at this. There's my crew. There's Mama out running the lawnmower. Don't worry, I've been running. I haven't made her run it all the time. She works just as hard as I do. Mama out running the lawnmower. Look at my crew. They work for peanut butter sandwiches right there. That's my crew. Right there. And they've done a pretty bang up job. If you remember how this looked before we got started, I still got to take that tile down to the street. And we're going to finish mulching up this backyard here. And but like it, and I got to rake all this up and bag it. The crew's getting tired, I think. We've been here a couple hours. So again, last year just doing this. So in the past, doing these yards right here, I did this full time back in 2007 to 2009, and then got back into turning wrenches. But each year I made $40,000 to $50,000 a year doing these little $30, $35 yards. Just getting out here after them. And then throughout from 2010 to 2014, cutting a few yards here and there, make a couple $100 from people out, doing $25, $30, $35 cuts for folks in this neighborhood right here. And now I've taken a part-time job at the O'Reilly's in this neighborhood. Let me show you. I don't know how well you could see it down there. Just down there at the end of the street. O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I work a part-time job there, 20, 25 hours a week, sometimes 30, and then come out here and do this. And so we're gonna finish up the back, and then I'll show you the back, and we'll be there.